Hi, a warm welcome to you. We are solving trigonometric ratios problems based on trigonometric identities for 11th or 12th grade or AP intermediate first year. So this is the problem. We'll take the second one because the first one can be done in the same way. So I will take the second one. If 3 sin A plus 5 cos A equal to 5, then show that 5 sin A minus 3 cos A equal to plus or minus 3. This is what we have to prove. Okay. What we will do first is I'll write down here 3 sin A plus 5 cos A equal to 5. Similarly, the other one is 5 sin A minus 3 cos A is equal to, we have to identify, so I'll say it as x. Now, if you look at 3 sin A plus 5 cos A and 5 sin A minus 3 cos A, do you identify any relationship? See, the coefficients changed, switched from x to y, 3 came here and 5 came here and the sign became negative. That means, if you square this like a square plus b square plus 2ab, similarly here also if you square this a square plus b square minus 2ab, you will see that the ab terms of these two will cancel and remaining will simplify so that you can find out the x value. So let me show it to you by just squaring this. I will explain you why I am doing that. Let me just first square this. So 3 sin A plus 5 cos A whole square equal to 25. That means 9 sin square A plus 25 cos square A plus 2ab, a square plus b square plus 2ab, 2 into 3 into 5, 30 sin A cos A equal to 25. Let this equation be number 1. Now let us take this and square this also. 5 sin A minus 3 cos A whole square equal to x square. This is nothing but equal to a square, that is 25 sin square A plus b square. B square is 3 square 9, cos A whole square is cos square A, minus, this is A minus B whole square type. So this is 2ab, that is 2 into 5 into 3, 30 sin A cos A. This is equal to x square. This is our equation number 2. See here, suppose you add 1 plus 2 and see what happens. If you add 1 plus 2, 9 sin square A, 25 sin square A. That means if I add both of them, this becomes 34 sin square A plus 25 cos square A, 9 cos square A. That means this becomes again 34 cos square A plus minus cancel equal to x square plus 25. That means this is 34 into sin square A plus cos square A, which is nothing but equal to 1. So I can write 34 minus 25 is equal to x square, which implies x square equal to 9, x equal to plus or minus 3. Now why we have squared both of them and added them? Because when you square them, the 2ab term of the first and the second cancel out and remaining will fit into the sin square A plus cos square A trigonometric identity. That way you can find out the value easily. Let's move to the next problem. I hope it's clear to you. Let's see this problem. It's very interesting. Eliminate theta from the following. That means we have to express this in a equation where you don't have theta, you have only x and y. Okay. Now let me do a little bit work on this. I will say x equal to 1 by tan theta plus tan theta, so that I can convert everything into secant and tan. Then I will try for this identity. The identity is secant square theta minus tan square theta equal to. So instead of secant square theta, I will try to substitute some xy terms. Similarly, tan square theta. So that way I will see whether I will be successful or not. Okay. Which gives x equal to 1 plus tan square theta by tan theta. X equal to 1 plus tan square theta by tan theta. That is nothing but equal to secant square theta by tan theta. Similarly, y equal to secant square theta, can I say here itself, secant square theta minus 1 by secant theta. Secant square theta minus 1 is tan square theta by secant theta. Right. Now what should I get in the trigonometric identity? I should get secant square theta. But if I multiply x and y, I get 1 secant theta, but I should also cancel out tan thetas, right? From the first term, I should get only secants, something in secants, no tans. If you see here, there is tan square theta here, there is tan theta here. So if I whole square this and multiply with this, tan square theta and tan square theta cancel out. So let me see that. I will say what is this x square y. Why we are doing that? We are doing that because if I multiply xy, tan theta is not cancelling out. But if I do square of this, then this tan square theta and this tan square theta cancels out. So that I will have something in the form of only secant for the identity. So x square into y is nothing but equal to this thing whole square, that is secant to the power of 4 theta by tan square theta into y is tan square theta by secant theta. That means tan square theta cancels, and this is nothing but equal to secant cube theta. That's okay. If I get in secants, I am fine, perfectly fine. I am okay with that. I don't have any problem. Only the thing is, if I want to write this in the identity secant square theta minus tan square theta equal to 1, my first term should have only secants. But if I multiply x and y, there is one tan remaining. So to eliminate that, what I did is, there is tan square theta, there is tan theta here. So I did square so that there is tan square both, and they cancel it out. Now let us think about, I should have only tans. That means my secants should cancel. If my secants needs to cancel, I have here secant square theta and here I have secant theta. That means if I square this, then I can cancel this secant square theta and secant square theta. So I will say xy square. Let us go for xy square and see what it is. That is nothing but secant square theta by tan theta into y square is tan to the power of 4 theta by y square. So it is secant square theta. Successfully we are able to cancel this out, and this becomes tan cube theta. This is also okay, fine with me, because if I know tan square theta, I want tan square theta. If I know tan cube, I can get it very easily. Okay, right. Now secant cube theta is equal to x square y. That means secant square theta is x square y whole to the power of 3 by 2. Try this. Secant cube theta, sorry, this is 2 by 3. 2 by 3, because secant cube theta whole to the power of 2 by 3. 3 cancels and you will get secant square theta. Similarly, for the tan cube theta also, tan cube theta to the power of 2 by 3, that means it is nothing but equal to tan square theta. So that is nothing but equal to 1. So that is your answer. What is the answer? Let me do it here, otherwise the answer is x square y to the power of 2 by 3 minus xy square whole to the power of 2 by 3 equal to 1. What is the before step for that? Is secant square theta minus tan square theta equal to 1. What is the before step for that? That is secant cube theta whole to the power of 2 by 3 minus tan square theta tan cube theta whole to the power of 2 by 3 equal to 1. Now this is what we want to use, and this is what we got, because secant cube theta is nothing but equal to x square y whole to the power of 2 by 3. That means secant cube whole square root is secant square. So that is nothing but equal to x square y, because secant cube theta equal to x square y. That's what we have just now found here. Secant cube theta equal to x square y and tan cube theta equal to xy square. So the answer is x square y whole to the power of 2 by 3 minus xy square whole to the power of 2 by 3. So in the next video we will close the videos. This will be the last video on trigonometric ratios with respect to trigonometric identities and angles of type n pi by 2 plus or minus theta. In the next video we will see compound angles. That means till now we are only talking about trigonometric ratios on angle A or angle B. Suppose it is A plus B, A minus B, then how the trigonometric ratios behave and how we can relate them with respect to the individual trigonometric ratios. Something like sin of A plus B equal to sin A cos B plus cos A sin B, or cos of A plus B equal to cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. We will look into that, how we can derive it, and then also we will do some problems so that we can apply the concept and understand the topic. Thanks for visiting. Bye for now. See you in the next video.